What happens when years of carefully guarded royal silence finally begin to crack? What if two of the monarchy's most respected figures decide the time has come to reveal truths that have remained hidden behind palace walls for decades? Today, we're diving into a story that has royal watchers across the globe asking one question. Has the moment finally arrived for King Charles and Princess Anne to tell the whole story? For generations, the British royal family has been built upon one unshakable principle: never complain, never explain. It has protected the institution through wars, scandals, political change, and family disputes. Yet many royal observers have noticed something remarkable over recent months. Both King Charles and Princess Anne appear increasingly willing to acknowledge difficult realities that previous generations would have left unanswered. Princess Anne has always been regarded as the monarchy's most dependable working royal. Unlike many members of the family, she has earned admiration not through dramatic headlines, but through decades of relentless service. She rarely seeks attention, avoids unnecessary interviews, and prefers action over publicity. That reputation makes every public statement from her carry enormous weight. King Charles, meanwhile, inherited not only the crown, but also decades of unresolved public debate surrounding the royal family's evolution. From environmental advocacy to modernizing the monarchy, Charles has often walked a difficult line between preserving tradition and adapting to changing expectations. Now, many commentators believe both siblings recognize that the public demands greater transparency than ever before. Royal insiders have frequently suggested that one of the greatest burdens facing King Charles has been balancing personal relationships with institutional responsibility. Every monarch faces impossible decisions, but Charles inherited unique challenges involving multiple generations of his own family. Princess Anne, having witnessed nearly every major royal event since childhood, possesses a perspective few people could ever match. She observed Queen Elizabeth II's extraordinary reign from beginning to end. She watched family triumphs, painful divisions, public celebrations, and deeply personal losses unfold from the closest possible vantage point. That experience gives her opinions extraordinary significance. During recent appearances, many royal commentators have pointed to subtle changes in Anne's language. Rather than relying entirely on traditional royal restraint, she has occasionally acknowledged the importance of honesty, resilience, and learning from mistakes. Those comments may seem simple, but within the context of royal tradition, they are remarkably meaningful. The monarchy has always depended upon public trust. Trust, however, cannot survive forever without openness. Across Britain and throughout the Commonwealth, younger generations increasingly expect institutions to explain themselves rather than remain silent. Could King Charles and Princess Anne finally understand that reality? Some analysts believe so. One topic that consistently returns to public discussion involves the enormous pressures placed upon members of the royal family from childhood. While privilege accompanies royal life, so too does relentless scrutiny. Every decision becomes international news. Every facial expression is analyzed. Every relationship becomes a headline. Princess Anne has spoken before about the discipline required to live under constant public observation. Unlike many modern celebrities, royals cannot simply disappear from public attention whenever they choose. Their responsibilities continue regardless of personal circumstances. King Charles knows that reality better than anyone. For decades, his life unfolded before cameras. Every speech, every tour, every family moment was documented, debated, and interpreted by millions. Perhaps that experience explains why many observers believe Charles has developed a deeper appreciation for honest communication. Several royal experts argue that the monarchy's greatest strength has never been perfection. Instead, it has been resilience. The institution has survived because it learned, adapted, and continued moving forward despite extraordinary challenges. Princess Anne represents that resilience better than almost anyone. She has maintained one of the busiest schedules among working royals while largely avoiding controversy. Her reputation has been built through consistency rather than spectacle. That consistency makes any suggestion of greater openness especially compelling. Imagine the conversations that might take place behind palace doors. Not dramatic confrontations, not sensational accusations, but thoughtful discussions about the future. How should the monarchy connect with younger generations? What lessons should be acknowledged from the past? Which traditions deserve preservation? Which practices should evolve? These questions have become increasingly important as the institution enters a new era. King Charles has repeatedly emphasized sustainability, service, and modernization throughout his public life. Those priorities suggest a monarch who recognizes that long-term survival requires adaptation. Princess Anne's practical approach complements that vision. Unlike many public figures, Anne rarely speaks in emotional terms. Her comments tend to focus on responsibility, commitment, and realism. If she believes honesty is necessary, people naturally pay attention. Another factor fueling public interest is the extraordinary amount of speculation surrounding internal royal dynamics. Stories regularly emerge claiming disagreements, reconciliation efforts, strategic planning, or private family discussions. Much of that reporting remains impossible to verify. Yet it demonstrates enormous public curiosity. People want to understand not merely the ceremonial aspects of monarchy, but the human stories behind them. King Charles and Princess Anne occupy unique positions within that narrative. They experienced the reign of Queen Elizabeth II from inside the institution. They understood Prince Philip's unwavering commitment to duty. They witnessed enormous social transformation across 7 decades. Their combined experiences form an extraordinary historical record. Many historians argue that future generations will study this period as one of the monarchy's most significant transitions. If that's true, then honesty becomes increasingly valuable. Not because it creates headlines, but because it preserves history accurately. Perhaps the greatest confession isn't about hidden scandals at all. Perhaps it's something much simpler. An acknowledgement that no family, royal or otherwise, is perfect. That mistakes happen. That difficult decisions carry lasting consequences. That public service often demands painful personal sacrifice. These are truths most people already understand from their own lives. Hearing respected royal figures recognize them would make the monarchy appear more relatable rather than less. Princess Anne has long demonstrated that strength and humility can exist together. King Charles has increasingly emphasized compassion alongside constitutional duty. Together, those qualities may represent exactly the kind of leadership today's public expects. But if greater openness truly lies ahead, one question remains unanswered. What specific truths could reshape public understanding of the royal family forever? And why are so many royal observers convinced that the biggest revelations may still be yet to come? As discussion continues around the future of the monarchy, one thing becomes increasingly clear. The institution's greatest asset has always been the confidence of the public. That confidence is strengthened not only by tradition, but also by accountability, humility, and a willingness to evolve with the times. Many royal commentators believe that if King Charles and Princess Anne have indeed chosen to emphasize honesty, it reflects a broader understanding that trust is earned through consistent service rather than carefully guarded silence alone. Their decades of dedication have shown that leadership is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with dignity and perseverance. Rather than dramatic revelations or sensational confessions, the most meaningful truths may simply be acknowledgements that the royal family has faced difficult decisions, personal hardships, and moments of uncertainty, experiences shared by families everywhere. Such openness could help bridge the gap between centuries-old tradition and the expectations of a modern audience. Princess Anne's unwavering commitment to duty and King Charles's long-standing focus on public service suggest a shared vision for a monarchy that honors its past while preparing for its future. Whether through greater transparency, continued charitable work, or thoughtful modernization, both appear committed to ensuring the institution remains relevant for generations to come. Ultimately, history will judge this chapter not by rumors or speculation, but by the lasting impact of their leadership. If there is one lesson to take away, it is that resilience, integrity, and service remain the foundation of the crown. As the royal family continues to navigate changing times, the choices made today may shape the monarchy's legacy for decades to come. What do you think? Has the time come for the royal family to be more open with the public, or should some traditions of privacy remain untouched? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest royal updates.